went to check out the first Sounds of Blackness awards in Montreal, celebrating the city's black culture.
Okay, well, I did a story on a theater group called Geordie Productions that's putting on a play called Flippin. It was actually a pretty neat play because it's really realistic about working in a fast food joint right now in Canada. It was really pretty cool.
We took to the streets to find out how people felt about the fast-growing crime of internet child pornography.
Well, I did my story on salsa dancing with Neil, so we went on down to the Salsa Tech to see if we could learn a couple moves and see what the craze was all about.
What'd you do, Alan? I met L'Oreal and David, a young couple, and I mean very young, like she's 18 years old, and they have a brand new baby. So we went and found out what that was like. Oh, and Neil was in yet again another story.
Hello!
The boys everywhere, and we reviewed Girlstown.
Yes, it was, well, you'll find out what we thought about it later.
Find out. I'm one of those people who sees a baby on the bus or on the street, and immediately I'm like, I want one now. But of course I'm not serious about that. I know that this is something I'll put off to a later time in life. Well, today I'm about to meet a couple who's around my age, and they do have one.
What a good boy you are. You're not being a mommy today, are you?
So, tell me a bit how Nicholas has changed your life, just like day to day.
If you feel like going to the store, it takes a good half an hour to get out of the house. And then if he starts crying, it's really difficult. You can't, like, go over to your friend's house to hang out for a couple hours because he's there. And when he starts getting upset like this, usually you have to get up or
Start bouncing him.
start bouncing him or something.
Oh.
Oh, no. I just changed your bed for another one.
What's going on, bud?
As soon as I walk in that door, I just right away I think of my son with a smile on his face when he laughs. And, I mean, every day after work I play with him for a bit before I wash up for supper and stuff.
So, do you think you were too young to have a baby?
Not at first. I knew it was going to come one time, you know. I planned on having kids. But, you know, since he came now, I'm, like, really happy, and it's my little pride and joy.
Often there's a lot of stigma attached to, especially young women having babies and young couples. Do you feel that from people ever? Just, like, walking on the street?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They give you dirty looks.
Really?
Some, especially older women, they think, like, we're awful parents or something just because we're young. They look at me like, you have a baby? I hope that's not your kid.
Hey, buddy. How's it going? Can I sit on that? Yeah. Oh. Get some exercises? Want to go outside?
Most guys usually don't stick around.
I
How
don't
come
know.
you did?
Well, I mean, I love her, and I remember saying when I was young, and all of my other friends, I said, oh, if I ever get a girl, I'd become a father. You know, I don't believe in leaving them, you know, because I just don't think it's right.
What sort of resources have you turned to?
My mother and my father, and I've read lots and lots of books. I read all sorts of books. Yeah, pretty much. But a lot of time when you have specific questions, you can't find answers in the books. Mm-hmm. And the Head and Hands and also CLSC has helped me.
Probably their best entry point to find out what the services are is to go through the CLSC. We're not just talking about our own programs, because we may not have the program, but we are talking about any other program that exists that we know of. And we make it a point of finding out what other programs are available for the various age groups.
When the young woman finds out that she's pregnant, she gets the medical services here at Head and Hands. Sometimes it means issues of applying for welfare, for example. We have a legal counselor here who can help with that. Sometimes it's immigration issues. We have our nurses and our counselors available here for any of those concerns that they might have.
Well, what about family? How did they react?
At first, my mother thought that we were crazy. She kept saying, you're nuts, you're nuts. But now she sees him, she takes him from my arm, she goes, how's my little grandson?
What about the future? Like, do you guys worry about it financially? Or?
I always worry about money problems and stuff.
I don't personally worry about it. Because I know somehow it's going to work out. One way or another, it's going to work out.
Would you ever recommend to to people your age to have kids?
Not unless they know for sure that they're ready and that this is what they want to do with their life.
Are you guys planning to have more kids?
Not right now. But maybe like near future.
Internet. Canada's got one of the largest rings of internet child pornography around. We took to the streets to see what people thought should be done about it.
I think it should be banned, removed from all the websites. Plain and simple.
I don't think anything should be done about the internet at all. The internet should be left to its own devices. It should be just left to grow like it has been, just totally chaotically. And I don't think it needs any government or sort of organizational intervention.
I think it's a tough call. I don't think the internet should be in any way modulated or moderated.
The actual pornography itself, I don't think should be censored, but rather put the people in jail that are harming the children.
I personally think child pornography should be censored if it can be done without, like, going through, I don't know, without having to censor all pornography.
The problem is more than the internet, you know? It's more a firmly rooted problem.
I don't think it should be just an open access information highway kind of thing.
I don't think the police should be involved in any way in dealing with the internet. It should be some other governing body, or else, you know, people's own consciences.
Our next caller is from the greater metro area. And what's on your mind, ma'am?
Kids today. Can you believe that Susan Carter trying to form a union at Quick Bites?
What's with that girl? Doesn't she know the Soviet Union went belly up? The free ride is over, baby.
We're here at John Abbott College right now to watch Flippin' In, an award-winning play being put on by Geordie Productions. Now, the thing that really impressed me about the play is that they deal with the realities of our lives, issues that have no real right or wrong or black or white. And they're dealing with a lot of things that hit really close to home for all of us.
Oh, here you go, Neil.
Oh, okay, I got that.
Geordie Productions is a Montreal-based theatre company. We started our work in 1982, and our mandate is primarily to reach young people. I'd hate to feel that they felt condescended to. We're certainly not trying to preach.
As long as you have a positive attitude, a friendly personality, and you're willing to work hard, there is a place for you in the service industry. Good job!
So when was this play written?
Oh, just last year. It just opens up the whole world of fast food and presents all the different sides of it.
We're short a crew member. Would you stay on, please, Joe? Gee, Elaine.
Even if you don't have a fast food restaurant in your community, you can relate to a young person who found something wrong in the, in the job or whatever, and tried to do something about it.
When the rumors started that there were going to be layoffs, I remember my mom saying, at least we have a union. At least we'll have some protection.
She comes from a single-parent home. Her mother has just lost her job, and it's really important to her that she has enough money and that she has her job so she can save for college. So that's really what gets her started in her quest to start a union.
This guy at Harvey's, he started a union. It was in the paper last winter.
Oh, no, Susan, don't even think about it.
Myself, I'm from a single-parent family where my mom had to raise 3 sons and 1 daughter on her own. Susan is about 17 years old. It's nice to see someone that age take control of her situation and change her environment and realize her rights and understand other people's rights as well, because she's not only fighting for herself, she's fighting for everyone at Quick Bites.
I am very much modeling Elaine after a boss I had at a restaurant in high school who was as much of a bitch as you could possibly want to be.
You need 55% of the votes to be certified, don't you, Susan? Oh. You don't seem to have that anymore.
I think it's wrong for her to come across as the black and white bitch in the show. She's not. She has bad days. She has reasons for being stressed out.
I've been providing for 2 daughters by myself for 11 years. Oh. Joe is not the only person that ever got dumped, Lynn.
We try to stay on the fence, I think, with a lot of... We kind of want the audience to decide for themselves what the play is about and where they stand in situations that might be relevant to in the play.
I used to work at a fast food restaurant, but I don't anymore. But I do, like a lot of my friends do, so I see this going on a lot.
My job actually pays really, really, like nothing. They don't allow to have a union or anything, and they don't accept any complaints either.
She tried to start that union for you, you know.
Yeah, because she thinks I'm stupid, just like you do.
Well, I hope kids this age understand that they have rights and that they should be treated fairly. And if they have something to say, that they should feel free to come out and say it. I hope they get the confidence to change the situation and to try and make a difference, whether they succeed or not. It's not necessarily important to succeed. It's merely important to attempt change.
Have a nice day.
There. Yeah. I was just in the principal's office. A cop was there, and they were talking about Nikki.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, and then one girl said that she took pills, and another girl said that she hung herself. I can't believe it. Come on, let's go.
So what'd you think?
Oof, boy, didn't like it. Sorry. It was a bad MRE film. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was a bad MRE film. A lot of the people that were in it, they had no depth. Thank you. I'm at a loss for words. They had no depth. There was, like, the characterization was totally, like, nil. It actually started out pretty okay. Like, you're sitting there, you're watching it, it was like, you know, this seems like it'll be, like, a pretty real film. Like, you know, they were talking like real people may or may not
and it
talk.
had that low-budget feel that you think this is going to be really, like,
they spent no money on this
movie.
production whatsoever.
It's
So
gonna be
you're like, yeah. But it wasn't.
Here's my little analogy for this movie. It's like a cake. You got your flour, you got your sugar, but it's like they forgot to put in baking powder and they came out with a flat cake. Like, the characters were completely two-dimensional. I couldn't feel for them at all.
We just want you to know that we're really sad about Nikki. Yeah, we really loved her. Mrs. Wallace, could I use the bathroom?
Go ahead, Emma. You know where it is.
Okay, thanks.
We're just, you know, 25-year-old actresses pretending we're 16, reading from a man's script.
Why can't they find teenagers for a teenage flick? I mean, that's what plenty of teenagers out there. And it's like, they were just trying to be too, like, cool with it, you know? It's like,
this is a man, director, and writer writing a film about 3 teenage women. And I really felt you can tell that in the conversations, in the way they talked, in their emotional reactions, and even in the things that they did to the men in their lives as revenge. They were just stooping to their level. They were just resorting to violence in a very male way. Here's my take on the movie. I think they were really important issues, and I think that it's great that they were putting these issues on a big screen, but they reduced these issues to nothing because it just wasn't executed well in the end.
It's exactly it. It's great that they're at least trying to bring these issues out.
Maybe it'll set a trend.
Maybe, hopefully it'll set a trend, but this movie was not going to be the one that was going to break the barriers at all.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future, you know. I just want to remember one day, on Saturday, November 9, somebody, okay, did something for his own community, you know, for his own brothers and sisters, and the other person who respect black music, who respect black culture. Sounds of Blackness, so it's about black music, black culture, you know. It's gospel artists, rap artists, French artists together to do one thing, you know what I'm saying? Rock the house, Montreal house.
The baggy pants that you know what I'm saying? Hip-hop.
Nobody can believe that an award show in Montreal for black music, for black artists, people think it was a joke. For the media, you know, they prefer to go on St. Catherine and St. Lawrence to see some guys robbing a store give you all the cover page. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see that in La Presse, Journal de Montreal, and everything. We're sick about this. We're tired about this. It's time to show you how we work, you know, positive way. People are going to be there. They could be Chinese, they could be white. I don't care. You appreciate the music. This is a show. You know what I'm saying? For culture, for music, for black music, there's no colors, there's no kind of style. You like it? Enjoy, that's it. Like I said on my flyers, you want some, come and get some. And I give you some.
Mesdames, Mesdemoiselles, Messieurs, bienvenue à cette première de Sounds of Blackness. It's our turn! It's our turn! First one! Keep it real! Keep it right! Keep it real! Keep it real every day, all night! Keep it real! You gotta keep it right! Keep it every day, night!
Music is something universal that combines all people from all range of culture. You don't have to understand what people are singing, but you can feel. And that's what it's all about.
The name of the group is Mapu Guinée, and Mapu is a big stream 80 where all the spirits go to rest or just to gain their energy. And Guinea is a country in Africa where we all came from. It's my roots. It's her roots. It's Emmanuel's roots. It's every black people's roots.
We also represent like the cultural part of voodoo also, so it's a little bit taboo and all that.
It gives an opportunity for the black people to show like what they're really made of instead of like, you know, just show from the white point of view. You know, it's always the white people this, the white people that. And it's good that it came to Montreal, so it gives an opportunity for us to show our talent instead of always the United States.
I feel real proud. I feel like we're doing something right. Instead of all the negative things going on about us, something right positive. It's a real good thing they're doing.
We can take leadership. I mean, we had it in the beginning in Africa. I mean, we were queens, kings, pharaohs. I mean, just going back. I mean, instead of being slaves now, we come back, and I think it's really well. It's good. Leadership.
We'd like to thank everyone at CKUT, the old Weekend Groove crew like Ronnie Love, and like I said, everyone who listens to us and supports us. Thank you very, very much.
We were the first black,
awards in Montreal.
Awards in Montreal. So it's just marking a point, and I hope it just keep on going years to years.
And you've been hearing people talking here. They speak French, Creole, English, and nobody minds. So if that could be an example for the people in the audience, it could also be an example for the whole Quebec society. Before black, you're first human. I'd like them to understand that.
Salsa is a really hot dance nowadays, so Neil and I came down here to the Salsa Tech to check it out.
We have absolutely no idea as to what the hell we're doing, but we decided to come down tonight and see if we can pick anything up.
Salsa is a mix, so you'll have an influence of many different styles of music as well as styles of dance. Back in the 1930s, there were some Latin musicians that had moved up to New York and decided to settle there. And they got together with the jazz musicians of New York, and they jammed, and out came salsa. Salsa was born. And then, of course, surely the dance was born there as well, and slowly started to travel through the States and Canada and all over the world.
So it's gaining in popularity here?
Yes, definitely. The last, I would say, 5 years, salsa has really taken off in the city, and right now it's still climbing. It still hasn't reached its peak yet. It's still growing.
How do you teach something like the salsa like that?
Well, we start with a basic step, and that would be the easiest way. The next thing we would explain is how to transfer weight from one foot to the other. This is very important in Latin dance because you're always switching weight. At the same time, through this exercise, we also work on hip motion. We would show you how to bend your knees and use your footwork and your knees to move your hips. And then, of course, we would try all this to the music and give you an idea of how you would put this all together to the music.
4, go back. 1, 2. That's okay. Keep going.
How did you first get involved then? Like, how long have you been learning this, teaching it?
It's funny. I first got involved by seeing a movie. I saw a movie, I got inspired, I really liked it, and then what I did was...
Just out of complete curiosity.
Dirty Dancing. Yeah.
That scene on the bridge where she's...
Yeah, you know, she's dancing by herself on the rock, and took lessons and from a private teacher, and then I realized that I really loved it. The music really inspired me. The moves came easily, so I really liked it. Then I decided to become a teacher. So in total, I've been dancing for 10 years.
What kind of guys get involved with salsa dancing anyways? Because you always get like this preconceived image that they're either really macho or gay.
In general, the guys that come to dance and take some lessons are quite sensitive. They're the 90s type of guy, you know, kind of like you. It's actually guys that are quite modern and, you know, willing to admit that, yeah, they're mature. They don't mind saying, yeah, you know what, I don't know how to dance, I want to learn.
Where would people go from, you know, taking the class? Let's say they've taken the intermediate beginner class and they're amazing. Is there any competitions they can compete in?
There's nothing official like, let's say, as in ballroom dancing. They have official competitions. Right now they're starting to accept salsa as an official dance. It hasn't been certified, let's say, quote unquote, in the dance field, especially in ballroom dancing. But with time, I'm sure it will become one of the dances that you can compete in.
Why are so many people attracted to the salsa?
I think because when you watch a couple dance salsa, you definitely get attracted to it. I mean, you see, you know, there's a fluidity, there's a movement happening with the hips, the whole body, and there's a connection between two people. They're sharing something, and that, you know, is definitely attractive when you're watching it, and then when you try it, it's even more attractive because you end up having a lot of fun sharing this experience with someone rather than just dancing by yourself.
Well, that's all the time we have on our show this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.